Today I'm going to give you 2 tips. Tip number 1. What is the number 1 tip I can give you before you go out to an appraisal is this. You have what is called the 30-40-30 principle. 30% of a listing presentation happens before the listing, 40% happens at the listing, and then 30% happens after the listing. And what a lot of people underestimate is the power of the first 30 before the listing presentation. And in the Real Estate Gym, there's actually a number of videos that we've got, which is called the pre-list questions, where you sit there on the phone when someone is closing the appointment on what time you're going to go over there, and pretty much the conversation is going to look something like this. They're going to ask you, hey, can you come out and see me? And what you'll turn around and do is the following. Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, can I ask you firstly who referred you to me? Good question to ask, because what that actually does is it shows that you're a person that gets a lot of referral. The second thing that you're going to ask them is this. How many bedrooms their property has, and have they done much work since they moved in? The third thing you're going to be doing is, after you've got the address, is you'll actually go on to CoreLogic RP Data or any other data platform you're using, and you'll actually go and have a quick look at the comparable sales. It will actually, in fact, on CoreLogic RP Data, give you a low, a high, and an expected valuation. You then will actually throw back a number to them after you've actually been given the information about how many bedrooms, and you'll throw something like this. Hey, I've just brought it up on CoreLogic RP Data, and it's telling me that it's got a range of somewhere between 700 and 800, and my intention is, when I come out to see you, is to bring comparable sales that are relevant to you. Based on what I've seen so far and what you've told me, I'm thinking of actually bringing sales of between 700 to 820. Is that a wide enough spread for us to be looking at? And that will give you an idea from their response. Anyway, let me move on. That was my daughter that interrupted my call coming through. She was actually, just bear with me, guys and girls. I bet you she's going to ring back again. No, she's not. She's actually hopefully leaving a message. But anyway, let me just move on. Let me move on and just share with you what actually happens next. Next, what you do is, this is the question. Get ready. This is the question. The number 1 question. The number 1 question you will ask before you go out to a listing presentation is this. Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, have you made the decision that you will be appointing an agent and putting your home on the market in the near future? This, my friends, is going to tell you whether you are going over to actually try and list the property, or whether you are just doing a health check market update. I will repeat that again. Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, have you guys made a decision that you will be appointing an agent and putting your property on the market in the near future? This is going to tell you whether you're going to go in and talk about your marketing, whether you're going to talk about your methodology, whether you're going to be talking about your fee, whether you're going to be leading it up to signing an agency agreement. Because if the answer is no, most likely it's going to be a relationship meeting, and that really doesn't have to get down into things like details of campaigns, commissions, and the day that the house is coming on the market. So guys and girls, hello Angelo, and a big shout out to Angelo, who is from the Harris office. And man, geez, Angelo, you're making a lot of sales. I think at the moment he is the number 1 agent in the Harris team. Look out for this guy. Anyway, let me move on. Let me move on to the next question that you will ask at a listing presentation. This is once you get there. Listen very carefully. Once you get there, once you get to the presentation, listen to me very carefully. You do not go and do a tour of the property from the outset. What you do is you say this, Mr. and Mrs. Vendor, would it be okay if we could just sit down for a few moments where I ask you a few questions which are going to help me understand your situation, where you're going, and what you'd love to achieve out of today's meeting. This, my friend, should happen before the tour because you got a chance to build rapport with the people and you can chit chat and they're not going to say, what's it worth? Because you haven't even seen the property yet. How can they ask you what it's worth when you're sitting down? And that is the big advantage of actually having a sit down talk than doing a tour. Because once you start on the tour, they're just waiting to see what the number comes out of your mouth. And what you want to be doing is not using the listing presentation as simply being a valuer. You're using this appointment to get them to like you, to get them to trust you, to get them to understand that you're listening to them and that you can understand their problems. And by becoming an interested introvert than rather an interesting extrovert, you will win that business. I'll repeat it. You want to be sitting there in that house being an interested introvert, not an interesting extrovert. Good real estate people ask questions and listen. Bad real estate agents make statements. Guys and girls, this is the Tuesday. This is giving you a taste of why I think you should use this week where we have the membership drive to join the real estate gym for 2020. And guess what? If you join this week, we've got 100 memberships. I believe that we're halfway through there. And what will happen is the first 100 will actually get 14 months membership, not 12 months membership. They'll be getting membership right through the 31st of December. Let's not hide the price. Let's tell you as it is. It is $620 a year. $620 a year. And you've got me as your coach in your corner, daily contact. You're going to get brainwashed every day because you know it. You go from the heights of exhilaration to the depths of depression in 24 hours. And we've got your back. Susan's told me doors close in 5 days. The link is in the comments on Facebook and Instagram. It's in the bio. And guys and girls, I would love to be able to be your coach, your trainer for the next 14 months. Adios and signing off. And good luck to all the people that won in the Melbourne Cup. And for the 99% of the rest of the people, we must go off and work harder. Bye.